the 82nd Airborne All-American team, and that is designed to get an idea of the wind velocity and direction. Directly in front of you, you can see the 10-star aircraft passing out, and on the go. 10-star is an air ambulance. They'll be running through a mock steam call for us here in a few moments. The Schweitzer S-300, back taxi. Joey was mentioning the auto rotation. A lot of people wonder what happens to a helicopter if it loses power. And does it mean it crashes? Well, no, it doesn't. The helicopter has a unique ability to harness the upflow of air through the rotor system to transition from powered flight to unpowered flight. And it essentially drops down to the sky similar to the little maple seed pods that come down in the springtime, using that upflow to keep the rotor system turning until the very end. Now the Schweitzer is a 2002 model. It's kept aloft by a 3-blade main rotor system, a Lycoming 4-cylinder 180 horsepower engine. That's got about 4 hours of fuel length, so it can go 4 hours before running out of gas. This is based at Flying W Airport in Medford, New Jersey, about 30 minutes from Philly, used for flight training. Apparently Schweitzer is, along with Robinson's, really a primary flight training aircraft in that world. This aircraft will also take you all the way to ATP rating. Notice that most of the maneuvers are into the wind. Just like with an airplane, the aircraft gets more lift if it's flying into the wind. So the usual direction of takeoff for a helicopter or an airplane would be into the wind. I believe our Schweitzer is going to do an auto rotation here. Again, back to the auto rotation, that's the safe landing maneuver that a helicopter executes if it does lose engine power. Essentially what happens is, if the pilot of this aircraft would lose the engine, free-wheeling crutches would allow the engines to disconnect from the main rotor system so that the engines wouldn't drag the rotor system down. That rotor system has to operate within a very narrow speed. I would guess somewhere around 320 or so RPM on a helicopter like this. If the RPM on the main rotor system falls too low, the aircraft would no longer be able to sustain lift. Looks like an auto rotation right now. Coming down, the very end, the pilot's going to crank that cockpit back. There he goes. Pitch and pull. Pull using that saved inertial energy in the rotor system. And then, in this case, bringing the engine power back online. You may be able to see the Bell 206 overhead, which contains our 82nd Airborne All-American jump team, who will be conducting a national anthem here in a few moments when the team jumps, and we'll be turning over to narration, gun narration, to our Army friends.